Hi, I'm Louise Hawkins and I'm the Head of HR, or the Chief HR Officer for Cloud Infrastructure Global Business Line. My first job was a sponsor student at IBM, and I was so excited to get that job because I'd wanted to work for IBM since they moved to my hometown when I was about 11 years old, so it was great. So apart from studying, I worked on a series of assignments in the support function areas, basically in finance, marketing, business planning, HR, and even in the executive office for a period of time. It was a 3-year fixed-term contract. I had intended to go travelling when the contract was over, but I got offered a permanent role in HR and decided to stay, and I could just afford to go on more holidays. Well, quite significantly really. HR was personnel when I first started, so it was more of a welfare function. Apart from hiring, firing, pay and rations, it was all about looking after employees, and you didn't really have a place at the table with the business leadership as such in the same way that we know now. I mean, I was lucky working for a company that was quite forward-thinking in terms of how HR could be a strategic lever for driving business outcomes. And I think, we've evolved into human resources, and I think people recognise now that the talent agenda is quite key for the business results. And, the talent agenda is the #1 priority for most of the different businesses. I think that fundamentally a great people leader has to be someone who's visionary and inspirational and can communicate this as a starting point. They also have to be role models, so you can't just tell the story, you have to live that story. Their deeds and actions have to follow through. They need to ooze integrity, and they need to be able to respect their people and listen to their people and treat people fairly. And they will naturally have followers. I think people leaders can be at all levels in the organisations, and not just in organisations, but I've had the opportunity to work with people who are great people leaders and also some who are not. If I think of somebody in public life and I think of someone in the sporting arena, I think Sir Alex Ferguson, was the Manchester United manager for years, was a great people leader. He seems to inspire loyalty from his team, and he had considerable success when he was in that role. So I believe he would be an example of a great people leader. Tough but fair as well, I think. Probably great people leaders as a starting point. I mean, I think it's really important to treat employees as people, respect their individuals, not just an automaton working for you. So I think, you should ensure you treat your employees as individuals, you should respect them, you should communicate to them and always remember the why. Obviously treat them fairly, respect them, listen to them, and then added to that, obviously you need to be interested in their career, their development, their motivation, and being able to respond to their needs, develop them. And for the while that you are managing an employee, I think you need to be able to move them on. And I think if all that was in place, we'd always have happy, motivated employees.